No, they committed genocide in Africa, actual genocide. I'm sure many people confuse genocide today, the word, with genocide back in 1875 in the Congo, but that was real genocide.
Leopold was not the one colonizing Congo. There were other powers. It's not because they were king and they're in power. We still have a king today, okay? But they're not the ones in power, right? That's not finished yet. Fucking dumbasses. Racist, so what I'm trying to say, it's not because he was king during that time that he was in power, right? Some other powers were obviously colonizing um, Congo, and every colonization is done by the same powers in different countries, kingdoms, and empires. I'm pretty sure King Leopold was actually the one that freed the Congolese people from his colonization. And you know, you will never. I'm sure that's what I teach you in school. I know how I can prove this. You will never find a picture of King Leopold standing next to a Congolese person where the arm is just cut off. It's always the arm or limb that has been healed already for 2 years. He's never seen a picture with a just mortal Congolese person, always a healed one. Why would he be in a picture with him? He freed the Congolese people. Somebody freed them. That's just like somebody freed fucking Hitler probably as well. Sorry. I don't want to believe it. I don't care. I don't care. You think the world is that big?
Well, anyways, Fatima, one of these days, hopefully, you'll read a book and go to the gym and meet a guy that falls in love with your charming personality and not your profanity laced, low IQ, trashy mouth. Where did your mother raise you? In a barn? Where did your father raise you? In a bordello? Try to grow up. Try to be a classy person, an intelligent person, a knowledgeable person. Really, I guess what I'm trying to say is go to the gym and read a good book and just put a zipper on your lips and zip it up. Zip, zip, zip. And
You are not observing the fourth dimension to the third dimension, the physical world. You are a product of the virtual world and the media. You observe the fourth dimension. You observe it through media and the virtual world, not the physical world, the third dimension. You are constantly using a.
Is it your opinion or is that a fact? Is it a fact or is that your opinion? Which one is it? Is it projection or is it a fact? Is it a you problem or is that a me problem? Which one is it? Hey, friend, which one is it?
Third dimension, but they are not real. They're created in another dimension, the virtual dimension. And it looks like they come from the third dimension. It's poisoning. It makes you not capable of making yourself understand and create things. The fifth dimension, wisdom. The fifth dimension controls the fourth dimension, the mind, the thought, the awareness behind the mind, fifth dimension.
I see, I got it. So, what you're saying is we should probably read a book if we want to engage in wisdom instead of listening to a bunch of brain rotted out people play a video game all day long and get their little dopamine, their small amount of dopamine, really. It's a very marginal amount. So tiny that that's why they have to keep coming back every day to keep playing the same game over and over again. Oy vey, Rabono Shel Olam. I hope they read a book, have a nice lunch, maybe go to the gym, ice their knee down, which is a little swollen, and ice their foot down from that gout flare up. Oy vey, Rabono Shel Olam. Thank God I've got free will. Thank God I can exercise my will freely in the way that I choose. How do I do it? What's the secret? Hello? Rabono Shalom. Welcome back to another exciting episode of your video game experience. It's up to you how you choose to play this video game. Some people choose to fully engage in the game. Others are just mere passive observers, peepers, people watchers, voyeurs, sitting on the patio of life, just watching the trans dancers dance on by as your chicken entree is being prepared. Can I have some more water, please? Hello? That's what it's talking about. I saw my wife even at work. Same shit. Where is he? What is he doing? Where is he? I want to be where he is. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I just want to be left alone. So what are we discussing today? The projection alert detection system has been activated.
this. Okay, this is what it boils down to. Even if you're reading its original language, you're not understanding the what's going on as far as what the proposition is or what's being said conceptually. It's not doing you any good anyway.
Exactly.
And we can do that from accurate translations. And the Holy Spirit can use that to illuminate our minds to the truth just as well as if we were reading the original language.
All your children shall be taught by God.
Don't make me go to John 6:45.
That's Isaiah 54:13.
But it's quoted in John 6:45.
That's true. But I was quoting the original.
You're quoting the original. It's all your sons will be taught by Yahweh.
That's true.
Oh.
All your children shall be God taught, or taught of God.
You like to mess with me just because I'm a Christian. I know.
And there's some purging that's due on your end, that's for sure.
Some expiation is needed.
Some expiation is needed.
I created a room yesterday on a great limited atonement verse. 2 Corinthians 5:14. And when Joshua was here, we were talking to him about it. He was like, that's not what it's saying. Because he was reading the KJV. And the KJV translated it differently. So the way it reads in the Greek is he died for all, therefore all died. Right? But in the KJV, it reads, here, I'll pull it up. So the Greek reads it accurately translated as, and he died for all, so that they who live would no longer live for themselves, but for him who died and rose on their behalf. Oh, that's 15, I'm sorry. For the love of Christ controls us, having concluded this, that one died for all, therefore all died. Now, when you read the KJV, it says, for the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead. Now that said, you research that, and then the KJV translator, or, because they broke it up into sections, 47 translators, whichever little group of translators
49 times 7.
No, it's 47.
Go ahead.
It's 47 translators. Wasn't it? Oh, you're just being stupid.
Yeah, I'm being stupid.
It's stupid. It's like, dummy. Alright. So, they were interpreting it like they were all dead in their sins. Even though that's not what it says in the Greek. It's the consequent that one died for all, therefore all died. And you have to understand that in the way it's meant to be understood. And Romans 6 is a great parallel. Or do you not know that all of us who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? Therefore we were buried with him through baptism into death, as Christ was raised from the dead through the glory of the Father, so we too might walk in the newness of life. For become united with him in the likeness of his death, certainly we shall also be in the likeness with him in his resurrection. Knowing this, that our old man was crucified with him in order that the body of sin might be done away with, so that we would no longer be slaves to sin. For he who has died has been justified from sin. Now if we died with Christ, we believe that we shall also live with him. So that's what it's referring to when it says, he died for all, therefore all died.
Right.
And the all that died is the same all that he died for. There's no way around that. There's no way around that.
And this is the newness of life work.
Yeah.
Ironically, in being eliminated,
What?
no, I'm saying like it is only those for whom he died, among whom all have newness of life. That's what it's because they were all baptized into him.
Right. But this is actually cited as a universal atonement passage oftentimes.
What is this?
I'm like, what? Oh my goodness. So, who started the room? Lee?
Mr. Bill,
Mr. Bill did? Okay. What do you think it means? What do you think Romans 6:14 means, Sean? Specifically, what the latter half where it says, "You are not under law, but under grace."
it means you're no longer under the laws of covenant of works. You are not under the penalty of law breaking.
So would you say that has an element of you are no longer condemned under the law?
That's exactly what it is. You are no longer condemned under the law. Okay. Now, what does the verse say? For sin will have no dominion over you, since you are not under law but under grace. Yes, sin shall have no dominion over you. Sin has dominion over those who are in a state of unregenerate. So it's also your definitive sanctification. You have been, as Paul says in Galatians, delivered from this present evil age. So not only are you not under the penalty of law breaking, right? You no longer only are facing the penalty of sin, you're also not constrained by the power of sin. Like as a Christian, you don't have to sin. You know?
You have no excuse, though, man.
Correct.
No excuse.
You want to see what Calvin has to say about the verse? Let's see. Hold on a second. Pull it up.
And why do you want to talk about that? I don't even like that guy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You've been scattering of like. He says, "For sin shall not rule over you. It is not necessary to continue long in repeating and confuting expositions which have little or no appearance of truth. There is one which has more probability in its favor than the rest, and it is this: that by law we are to understand the letter of the law, which cannot renovate the soul, and by grace, the grace of the Spirit, by which we are freed from depraved lusts. But this I do not wholly approve of. For if we take this meaning, what is the object of the question that follows? Shall we sin because we are not under the law? Certainly the apostle would never have put this question had he not understood that we are freed from the strictness of the law, so that God no more deals with us according to the high demands of justice. There is then no doubt but that he meant here to indicate some freedom from the very law of God. But laying aside controversy, I will briefly explain my view. It seems to me that there is here especially a consolation offered, by which the faithful are to be strengthened, lest they should faint in their efforts after holiness through a conscience of their own weakness. He had exhorted them to devote all their faculties to the service of righteousness, but as they carry about them the relics of the flesh, they cannot do otherwise than walk somewhat lamely. Hence, lest being broken down by a consciousness of their infirmity, they should despond.
Okay, we'll come back. See, I will kill Bill Gates.
Derived from the circumstance that their works are not now being tested.
Hey Brian, tell the frogs are making that anytime at all. Sherwood Bill Gates shows foundation that seizes us executing the treason crimes against humanity. He only killed a few million people with his lives. Would you start the massacres for further?
The faithful must flee to Christ and implore him to be the defender of their freedom. And as such he exhibits himself, for he underwent the bondage of the law, to which he himself was no debtor, for their end, that he might, as the apostle says, redeem those who are under the law. Hence, not to be under the law means not only that we are not under the letter which prescribes what involves us in guilt, as we are not able to perform it, but also that we are no longer subject to the law as requiring perfect righteousness and pronouncing death on all who deviate from it.
Fact check.
In like manner, by the word grace, we are to understand both parts of redemption: the remission of sins by which God imputes righteousness to us, and the sanctification of the Spirit, by whom he forms us anew unto good works. The adversative participle, but I take in the sense of alleging a reason, which is not unfrequently the case, as though it was saying, we who are under grace are not therefore under the law. The sense is now clear, for the apostle intended to comfort us, lest we should be wearied in our minds while striving to do what is right, because we still find in ourselves many imperfections. For how much soever we may be harassed by the stings of sin, it cannot yet overcome us, for we are enabled to conquer it by the Spirit of God. And then, being under grace, we are freed from the rigorous requirements of the law. We must further understand that the apostle assumes it as granted that all who are without the grace of God, being bound under the yoke of the law, are under condemnation. So we may, on the other hand, conclude that as long as they are under the law, they are subject to the dominion of sin.
Hey, zombie woman.
Man, that guy was brilliant.
For real.
I don't think that he held to. After I read his one of his commentaries on Isaiah 53, he seem to believe in a type of universal atonement.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me pull it up. Isaiah 53. Which verse shall we go?
This is leadership.
Surely he has borne our griefs.
This is
He was
a
pierced for our
scam.
transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. And upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace. And with his wounds we are healed.
Tony is a fraud.
That's a good enough verse, right?
Remove
There
her.
isn't there's no commentary.
Yeah, there is, because I read it.
No, well, hold on a second. It's not just
A zombie
the
woman who apparently controls this account as if it were your own personal racket. Try using your X account to create some content. This is leadership. This is a scam. Tony is a fraud. Remove her.
There's a lot, right? So they're probably updating it little by little. So now they've started putting John Gill's whole exposition of the whole Bible in there. They used to not be there. So I know that they continue to work on it in the background. Isaiah, I think it would be in volume 4, right?
And I read this a couple of years ago, so don't ask me where it was.
I would, in fact, just.
It wasn't in his institutes.
I was just reading his commentary on Isaiah, volume 4, in fact. Let's see. Hey, Chris Frank. I don't know why I said it like that.
Yo. I just got to have lunch at Pastor Mark. That was fun.
June 18th.
Sweet. How did that go?
Great. He is a very sweet guy.
Yeah, you can tell that he's a really decent guy.
Yeah, he's a godly man. I think he's mistaken about a few things, but he's definitely a godly man.
I have it pulled up. You wanna see what verse? What is it? Verse 5? Is it verse 5 that you want to take a look at?
I don't remember, man. I can't remember where it's at, or which.
Well, it says Isaiah commentary, but there's 12 verses in Isaiah 53. So, who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He hath no form or comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all.
It's got to be verse 6.
It's either 5 or 6. So let's see what it is.
It's got to be verse 6.
In verse 6, he says, in order to impress more deeply upon our hearts the benefit of the death of Christ, he shows how necessary is that healing which he formerly mentioned. If we do not perceive our wretchedness and poverty, we shall never know how desirable is that remedy which Christ has brought to us, or approach it with due order of affection. As soon as we know that we are ruined, then, aware of our wretchedness, we eagerly run to avail ourselves of the remedy, which otherwise would be held by us in no estimation. In order, therefore, that Christ may be appreciated by us, let us everyone consider and examine himself, so as to acknowledge that he is ruined until he is redeemed by Christ. We see that here none are accepted for the prophet includes all. The whole human race would have perished if Christ had not brought relief. He does not even accept the Jews, whose hearts were puffed up with a false opinion of their own superiority. Just want to convince you.
Hello, PTR alert. I had to let everybody know that I have a new PTR that I think you're going to enjoy. You know what Messiah means in Islam is messy. That's how you say it in Arabic. It's messy. Because it's a complicated topic. When you introduce a new Messiah to supersede the previous Messiah, and then you got to get everybody to agree to the new charter and constitution, it gets messy. Hello?
No way to look at it. Let's get messy, right?
It always gets a little messy. I don't have any kids. I've never had any kids. I've never had to clean up any of their messes. But that's what little kids do. Low IQ intelligence, low IQ knowledge. It gets messy.
Honey, go get me the disinfectant, quick. I gotta clean all this shit up. Tommy, stop making a mess.
Who was that, Archie Bunker, bro? Who the fuck are you talking about?
Archie. Archie.
Oh, did Angel think she was gonna come in here and guilt me into, like, apologizing for something when I never said anything to her directly? Did I say anything to you directly, Angel? I don't remember saying anything to you. Did she leave? Yes. Yeah, she left. Yeah. She came in to try to guilt trip. It didn't work. Oh, quick question. I wanna ask you something, John. John, you there?
Yes, Megatron. What is your question for candidate John Kitover?
John, I want you to come up with a story. And I'm being serious about this.
Yeah.
I want you to come up with a story. And I want it to be generational.
Mhm.
Okay, so pay attention. Now think of you being a Muslim.
Okay.
And your father never had the conversation with you about Aisha. Because he's a fucking coward. And then you're that guy in the first generation. It goes around and says, real proud, zealous Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally meets, person. That weird question. Did your brother marry Cyril? And I want you to give me the story on how you feel betrayed somehow.
Because your father, your uncle, your brother, they put you out into the world. And they respond. In other words, they left you on your own.
Mhm.
They didn't even explain it to you. You had to be embarrassed, ridiculed. You had to take it on the chin.
All right, well, we have the AI working in the background.
And then, top of that, you have a son.
Oh my goodness, this is going and
And they
going.
do the same thing to him.
Holy shit, this is deep. It's long. You want to hear it? It's called the unspoken thread.
Oh, you have something?
Yeah, I used AI. I wrote down what you were saying as you were saying it, and I drafted a little story. That's what you asked.
We'll work on it.
That's what you asked. All right. It's called
Let's see where it goes.
It's called the unspoken thread. In the sun-baked alleys of an old Damascus quarter, Grandfather Yusuf would gather the children at dusk for stories of the Oh, you don't want to hear it? Okay, I'll go
Oh, no,
back.
I'm sorry. Let me mute up. I'm sorry.
Tales of courage, mercy, and faith flowed like the evening call to prayer. But whenever little Ahmed asked about Aisha, the mother of the believers, Grandfather's eyes would cloud. She was wise beyond her years, a scholar and a warrior of the heart, he would say softly. There's nothing more to burden young minds with. The subject closed like a heavy door. Ahmed grew into a man, married and had sons of his own when his boy Kareem asked the same question one Ramadan night. Ahmed echoed his father's almost word for word. She was wise. That is enough. Focus on prayer and character, my son. The pattern repeated. Kareem became a father in turn, raising his children in a new country after the family fled unrest. In their modest Chicago apartment, he too steered conversations away from uncomfortable details of the early Ummah. Some things are better left in the hearts of the scholars, he told his curious son Faisal. Our faith is built on love and submission, not questions that weaken the spirit, Faisal nodded. His generations before him had nodded. The silence passed like an inheritance, comforting, familiar, and heavy. Faisal grew up surrounded by the vibrant Muslim community in Illinois. He memorized surahs, attended Friday prayers, and defended his faith in school debates. Yet the questions lingered in quiet moments, especially after he began studying history on his own. One autumn evening, while his father was away at work, Faisal sat at the family laptop. He typed the name he had heard whispered only in passing, Aisha bint Abi Bakr. What he found shattered the gentle image he had been given. Hadiths recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim sources revered across the Sunni world stated that Aisha was betrothed at 6 or 7, and the marriage was consummated when she was only 9. She had been playing with dolls. The Prophet was in his 50s. Faisal read the accounts again and again, cross-referencing scholarly defenses that spoke of different historical calendars, cultural norms of the time, or political alliances. Some modern voices denied the numbers outright or called them fabrications. Others insisted the marriage was a mercy and a blessing. His hands trembled. The denial he had inherited suddenly felt like a lie of omission, repeated across decades. His grandfather, his father, and now the community around him, they had all chosen silence, softening over the raw records. That night when his father returned, Faisal waited until the house was quiet. He found Kareem in the living room, sipping tea and reviewing work emails. Father, Faisal said, his voice steadier than he felt. Why did no one ever tell me the truth about Aisha's age? Kareem froze. The cup paused halfway to his lips. For a long moment, the only sound was the hum of the refrigerator. Son, some truths so difficult, they test faith. Better to focus on the beauty of Islam, the Prophet's mercy. Mercy? The word burst from Faisal like a wound opening. I am a Muslim. I love the Prophet. I pray 5 times a day because of what he brought. Will you let me walk through life believing a sanitized version, as if the real history would break me? Grandfather did it to you. You did it to me. How many generations have we lied to our children because the truth is uncomfortable? Kareem looked away, shame flickering across his face. It was to protect you. The enemies of Islam use these things to attack us. By hiding it, we make it worse, Faisal replied, tears stinging his eyes. I feel betrayed. Now by the past, I can wrestle with history and context and still choose faith. I feel betrayed by my own blood. You taught me that truth is from Allah, that we seek knowledge even if it is bitter. Yet you withheld this, as if I were too weak to handle what our own books say. What else haven't you told me? What other parts of our tradition are we too afraid to face? The older man sat silent, the generational chain finally meeting resistance. Faisal continued, voice cracking, I love this deed, but love without honesty becomes fragile. I want to pass something stronger to my own future children one day, not the same curtain of silence. I wanted to be able to say, here is the full record. Here are the difficulties. Here is why I still believe. Instead, I feel like I was raised inside a beautiful but incomplete story. Kareem reached out, but his hand hovered, uncertain. For the first time in their line, a father had no ready answer to close the door. The unspoken thread had finally been pulled into the light. Faisal left the clown house room heavy with grief and strange relief. The betrayal burned, but so did a new resolve to study deeply, to question rigorously, and perhaps one day to speak openly to his own son without fear. The cycle of gentle denial has been broken. Truth, however painful, had entered the family line.
John, that was fucking beautiful. That was fucking absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful. That was amazing. It's exactly how I thought it would. I think I'm so used to speaking in ChatGPT prompts that I think it made it a little easier. Plus, for some strange reason, I feel like your ChatGPT is listening to me through the voice. So it remembers a voice speaking to me in the past. That was amazing, John. You think you could give me? You think you could run that through one more time? Give us another rendition of that, and maybe his son wanting to give his son a choice. Thanks so much. That's where we want to go. We want to say I was fooled into this. That wasn't positive. It was a positive, not a bad thing. Is it possible, John, you can do this in the room when we have these people in here? You know what I would think? You know what that would do? That would possibly incite them remembering the first time they had to defend this shit. about this in the web there. What I'm gonna do is also gonna punch it too. Comes up probably something similar to yours. That was amazing. I don't know how I'm gonna get better than that. Let's see what he cooks. He's probably gonna cook something up, something good. Because that ending was just way too fucking. That ending was just way too good. You can't have a fucking ending like that. So, I mean, we have stories like this in Christianity. You know, growing up as a Mormon, possibly. We have these fucking horror stories. Was that Nero? Nero, did you hear what just John wrote on the whim? Did you hear that? Nero, did you hear that? Yeah. Was that good? Very good.
Did you hear how I connected with that?
Because
Did you hear how I connected with that?
I
was brought up in a household where they didn't tell me a lot of things about my religion, and then when they told me, wow, I was heartbroken.
Oh, that resonates, right?
No, it does not. It resonates with you.
How does it resonate with you? Oh, you're saying I was lied to?
Yeah, it resonates with you.
You say I was lied to? What was I lied to about?
Yes.
What was I lied to about?
In the
I don't know,
Mormon,
you said it resonated with you.
You know why it resonates with me?
Why?
Because Jesus never even spoke and killed people. It resonates with me. He truly is.
And this is why every time I go to the gay pride, I have a whole lot of people standing there with placards saying G, God, A, abhors, Y, U, G-A-Y.
They're allowed in the Catholic Church.
I mean, you do realize that the crucifix horizontally is the feminine and the vertical is the masculine. So homosexuality is the inversion of nature. And that's why God abhors you. And if you think that that symbol or that equation or that analogy or analog is inaccurate, well, you really just don't understand symbols. And symbols are powerful. That's why I am complete.
I'd like to read something that's a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Daniel.
Touch.
Got touching? Okay, let me read it up.
In the warm light of Medina, where the afternoon sun painted the mud walls, there lived a couple whose names would be remembered for centuries. Muhammad and Aisha. The city was often busy with visitors, travelers, and those seeking guidance. Yet within the Prophet's household, there were moments of simplicity that seemed untouched by the noise of the world. Aisha was young, intelligent, spirited, and quick with words. She possessed a lively wit and a sharp memory. Muhammad delighted in her company. When she spoke, he listened. When she laughed, the home seemed brighter. Their life together was not the life of kings surrounded by luxury. Their home was modest. Days sometimes passed without elaborate meals. Yet affection filled spaces that wealth never could. On cool evenings, after the concerns of the community had quieted, they would sit together and play with dolls. Aisha would ask questions about fate, about people, about the mysteries of life. At even the age of 7, Muhammad answered with patience, sometimes smiling at the curiosity that seemed endless within her.
The tradition tell of moments that later generations would cherish. He would drink from a vessel and Aisha would drink from the same place. They shared meals together. They spoke gently to one another. These small acts became signs of tenderness, remembered long after palaces and empires had vanished. Aisha loved to learn, and at such a young age, she had so much to learn from Muhammad. And she recognized that Muhammad saw within her an extraordinary mind. He groomed her, he encouraged her, understanding and entrusted her with knowledge. In time, she would become one of the greatest transmitters of his teachings, perfectly groomed in the form of the Prophet, preserving memories that no one else could have known. There were playful moments as well. Tradition speaks of races between them. One time, Aisha outran him. On another occasion, after years had passed, he outran her and laughed good-naturedly about the earlier race. Oh, what a quick little whip you are, with those pitter-patter feet. Oh, what a tender blossom. Oh, what a succulent young flower in bloom. When visitors came, Aisha observed closely. She learned from every conversation. Muhammad often valued her insight. Oh, fuck, hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Will, it's okay.
Hold on, wait, no, everything's fine. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. I think this is a good approach. Fucking little piss. Don, what did you come up with?
Excuse me, sorry about that. Let's get back to this romance and all. So beautiful. Love story. On cool evenings, after the concerns of the community had quieted, they would sit together and speak. Aisha would ask questions about faith, about people, and the mysteries of life. Muhammad, being a much older and wiser man, answered with patience, sometimes smiling at her curiosity that seemed endless within her. The night that the marriage was consummated was no different. It was a beautiful event, 3 years in the making. The tradition tells of moments that later generations would cherish forever. Aisha loved learning, and Muhammad recognized her extraordinary mind. He encouraged her understanding and entrusted her with knowledge. In time, she would become one of the greatest transmitters of his teachings, preserving memories that no one else could have known. When visitors came, Aisha observed closely and learned from every conversation. Muhammad often valued her insights. Their relationship was one of companionship as well as affection. Years passed, bringing triumphs and hardships. The burdens of leadership grew heavier, yet Aisha remained close to him. She witnessed his generosity, his prayers late into the night, his concern for the poor, and his compassion for those who wronged him. In the final chapter of his earthly life, tradition records that he spent his last days in Aisha's room, the small chamber that had witnessed years of conversation, laughter, questions, romantic intercourse, and sexual intercourse. The companionship became the place where history's great story reached one of its most solemn moments. Aisha remained beside him. Years they shared were not remembered because of wealth, beauty, or sexuality. They were remembered because affection was joined to friendship, respect to companionship, and lust to pedophilia. Long after both had passed from this world, generations continued to tell their pedophilic story, not merely as a tale of husband and wife, but as child and man that shaped the intellectual and spiritual heritage of a civilization. And in the memory of believers, the modest room in Medina remained more splendid than any place, a place where the prophet was able to express his deepest and darkest desires.
So I just want to say that the prompt I wrote when I read my little version was, I am a Muslim and father never discussed Aisha. Make the story generational. The denial of truth keeps occurring.
All right, what did I miss? Was Marcus complaining again?
No, it's just like, shut up, you stupid dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. Like, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Notice there's everything. You don't even understand non-duality versus duality. Shut up. Shut up. You don't even know. Shut up.
So messed up. Never seen so much hate.
What was she complaining about?
Oh my God! You should have heard her last night. I mean,
I had
Narsha's
What
like,
did I say last night?
I don't know. You can watch my YouTube channel to actually hear yourself. I don't even think you hear yourself.
What did I say?
I don't know. You can go on my YouTube live. You can listen to yourself sit there squawking like a duck. It's just, you sound like a bird to me, and what you're saying is incoherent. I hate to tell you.
He's a beautiful bird. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying that listen, when that famous environmentalist, aka evolutionary guy Darwin, went to the Patagonias, the paradise bird is magnificent. Don't get me wrong, but it's the dodo bird is the stupid. It's stupid, you know? It just sits there going, dodo, dodo bird. That's why I think
That was too much, Sean. That was too much. Too much.
But anyways, she can watch my YouTube live if she wants to hear herself. The point is...
Right. We'll put you in the audience because now he's being a bully.
I'm not being a bully.
Oh, this guy? Because he's got nothing left. He wants to be like that person who records everybody and then... Hopefully one day, like, he's going to be like, people are going to be like, John, do you have that recording? Oh my God, we were talking on your channel and that's happened. You know?
It's actually very good for, like, self-awareness.
he's gonna think
He's
one
like
day
God
he's gonna.
watching. Huh?
He just needs that one video to go viral. That's all he needs. It's like that one viral video.
Shit.
Yeah, so he's just waiting
I
on
don't know
that
how
one.
he cries in other people. His entire existence is based on another.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like he lives for other people and their life experiences and their screw ups. He takes pleasure in that.
Does he, darling?
And he does. He's miserable inside. That's
What
why
about you?
it's about how people should do things. He's telling himself that.
I gotta put that story in my chat GPT. That was amazing. I think so good. This is good. I think this is an amazing way to do apologetics. You know that?
Day of the market today.
Really?
Market today.
John, why don't you learn how to trade and invest? Give you purpose.
Are you doing this gamble even investing this?
No, it's just how you study the charts. You understand it. There's a method to it.
Are you doing this gamble?
No.
I'm saying you shouldn't trade for just another trade.
Not that you don't trade on penny shit. Trade based on how you study product.
Yeah,
How
you've
it's
been trading
working.
Max 7, any of the big companies.
Yeah, only the safe big ones. You just have to see how different political situations affect different. You understand human psychology, how fucked up it is sometimes, how quickly it falls for things. You take advantage of it. Yeah, but I understand the Christian, how Christians are just treated. But it's
Pleading,
I'm not
in this case, yes you are, you're going, in this case it works, but then there's a magic cutoff where it doesn't work. Either it's the case that it works all the time in the case of the angel, or it doesn't work at all.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question then, just for the sake of it. Why wouldn't God allow the angels to, go return? Why wouldn't He let the angels come back and sort of, recant?
I don't know, I'm not God. Presumably he could go. That's what's on the table.
The thing
And
is,
presumably they have the power to do so.
But from all the cases that we have in the Old Testament and in the Bible itself, there's nothing that gives any credence to that. It's they decided to do something and then they were never allowed to return.
You're the one arguing that they have free will. Could they have not freely chosen to go back?
Yeah,
Under your argument, they could. You fucking dipshit.
Look, I'm
Are you fucking retarded?
No,
Do you
listen.
fucking have the brain of a fucking baby? This is your own fucking argument that you're getting whooped on. How fucking stupid are you, dude?
I know
This
it's
is your own
difficult.
argument, you fucking retard.
Are you gonna keep crying?
Are you
Look, I know.
Are you done being
I
fucking
know. Do you want a little binky or
This is your argument, dumbass.
Look, I'm trying to get you to understand something. I'm trying to get you to understand something really simple. Again, humans can practice free will.
We're gonna do this very, very simply.
No. Look, I've already answered.
It's some of the best in the world. It's really good. And they're smaller in size, clean, most translucent and transparent. People are killing each other down there in the mines. Fuck it. Because you never know like what the earth gives you when you strike it. These mines are really deep, as deep as the
Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram, starting at upper right. The words below are arced in a circle.
Not informal. There's no information value to it at all. It's not informal.
Would you like to know the person? These are all stuff.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks by my head I invoked it. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead, my mother for me with labor and pain and fear for my body I invoked it. About me shine the diamonds are radiant, white and pure. By the brightness I invoke it. Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Free mine is the garment of white, sown with gold. The flashing of eye that I wear by my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of a prophets and typhon. By the sign I invoke thee. Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue figure of the intimate. By my crown I invoke thee.
Sword.
My fingers travel on the beats of pearl, so run I after thee. Father, provide the word I invoke thee. Be mine not the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made about to invoke thee. Strike like a master chord. Living soul.
Hari 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 Waheguru 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 Hari Hari Hari
Waheguru, ha Hare Hare. 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 Waheguru.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the ox. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By the brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triarch, who reverse the sign given of none. Say that he, oh
You know, how much of the state of club do you want to dance to 25 based on race? Is this just the standard? Just legal. The race programs are partnering with Mexico. How much has he spent on race programs? What is the hood?
Strike the master chord.
What is the
Draw
hood?
the flaming sword. Challenge conquering Lord. Horus Avenger. My hand is thy sword of revenge. Strike at thy cheek. By the sword I hold thee. The voice of the 611 are the voices.
Now ye shall know that the chosen priest, the axle of infinite space, is the prince, priest, the beast, and in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16, for he is ever a sun and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. But we are not so chosen. 18 burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent. 19, O azure lidded woman, bend upon them. 20, the key of the rituals is in the secret
Big win for them.
which I have given unto him. time to start. Like a map drawn out in the dark. Now the city's calling out my name to choose a brand new path. Tired of watching from the side while the streets and dreams collide. So I take one step with my phone. Time to change this heavy load. Maybe we don't need to know it all. Maybe we just need to vote so we keep moving anyway. Chicago gives a brighter day. Go to Chicago, mayor, vote for calm. Let your voice lead the way. Every choice rewires the street. Every vote unlocks the key. We want tax reform today. Vote John, get over, pave the way. Now still riding in our head, but it won't get the final say. We can rise and stand as one. Go Chicago starting today. We don't need a perfect line, just a reason, just a sign. Every inch we claim is ours. Every step can raise the bar. Go slow, go fast, just don't go back. Trust the rhythm in this town. Time to live our future now. So we keep moving anyway. Chicago, stand up, have your say. Go to ChicagoMayElection.com. Vote John Kitover today. Just realize every vote unlocks the key. We want tax reform right now. From Chicago, rise up now. These are fools that men will do, both their gods and their men of fools. 12 come forth, O children, under the stars, and take your fill. 13 joy is to see your joy. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come now forth and dwell in me. So every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, or dry land, or in the air, or flowing air, or of rushing fire. And every spell and scourge of God, the fast one might be.
Nurse.
Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram. On the upper right, the words below are arced in a circle. Now ye shall know that the chosen priest, that of infinite space, is the Prince.
What is he doing?
And in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16, for he is ever a sun and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. But we are not so chosen. 18 burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent. 19, O azure The key of the rituals is in the secret word which I have given unto him. These are fools that men adore, both their gods and their men of fools. 12 come forth, O children, under the stars, and take your fill. 13 I am above you, and in you my ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. 14 above, the gemmed azure is the naked splendor of Nuit. She bends in ecstasy to kiss the secret ardors of Hades. The wicked glow, the starry blue, are wide awake and not soon. My joy is to see your joy. The gemmed azure is the naked splendor of Nuit. Revolution.com. Vote John Kitover today. It's just rewind. Every vote unlocks a key. We want tax reform right now. From Chicago, rise up now.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the ox by my bed I
But on the other hand, if the opposition to your point has an extremely clear path to truth, you will stand in the gap of the 1%. How do you salvage his name the way you want to after so much time, Marcus? You're chasing something that's.
There's another side to the story.
I understand that, but that's not the most mass transmitted. Look, we're talking about. Listen, there is religion as good as the dumbest fucking guy that's part of it. And if you have people like Mahdi, right, that will tell you in one sentence that he rejects the Hadith, but he still believes in the Hadith, right? There's no way that man himself is going to be able to change it. His beliefs will die with him, and the Hadiths will live on. I'm sorry. And so will you and I. And if there was such a man or a tradition that could change it, don't you think it's a little too late? Because now you're making the religion a farce. Now you're making the whole thing a farce. Did he do it or did he not do it? And then if he didn't do it and people lied this whole time, then what else did they lie?
It's never late.
It's never late.
Yeah, never late. Change.
Yeah, what else? What else did they lie? Maybe you should look into the study of the history of Islam.
Well, listen, I'm not the one saying that the verbatim speech of Allah. I'm not the one saying this stupid shit.
Megatron, I mean, by the standards, if we compare Islam to Christianity.
Here we go.
Let me finish.
Unfucking believable. These people, they can't. You cannot. You have to fucking bring it up. Get it, complain. Get it.
Wait, Megatron, you shouldn't be surprised, bro. He's a Muslim. He used to be a Muslim. It's like a second nature for him to just bring up Christianity.
Wow. Megatron, no. What I'm saying is that compare Islam to Christianity. It's a younger religion. The time will come when Muslims will grow up and discover these are stupid. Actually stupid. Like literal stupid. And they were just. I mean, I talk to Muslims all the time online. Like, I couldn't imagine that I will meet such, like, good-minded Saudis speaking in a different way. I used to meet Saudis online who are angry about their religion. They always defend their religion. Now they are even open-minded to talk about atheism. I mean, that's a big change. It's not a simple change. It's a big change. And I think change is coming. It's just a matter of time.
Atheism is true. Allah will guide them to it.
Is he talking about that deluge coming out from behind that huge dam?
This guy still has hope. This guy still has fucking hope.
Organized religions will collapse. Remember me when
Here we go. Now they all have to collapse. Because the one you believe the last is going to collapse. That's right. They all collapse.
principles will be adopted.
Come on.
Seekers of truth will come forth. And particulars will be buried. And truth will be discovered. And he's right, but it's not going to be atheism.
organized religion is a necessity to preserve a culture. You cannot just, everybody cannot just be on their own and do their own thing. That's not conducive to society. If you want society to
This is the
move
reason
forward,
why. Listen, I'm just gonna let you know right now, right? This is the reason why we kill the women and the fucking children. This is the fucking reason why.
People will realize
No. Because this is the reason why.
This is the thing of the past.
This is the
Because
reason
the world
why.
is connected and all is connected.
This is the reason why God says to kill them all. Not a sheep, not a horse, not a
FYI,
cow.
YouTube, this is a religious group of people that are reviewing Bible scripture and Bible passages. This is not a literal or any type of a threat to anyone.
So just be ready. Just be ready. If the avalanche comes and you want to walk and you want to look back, you're going to turn into salt. Just know that. You're going to look back into Sodom and Gomorrah and you're just going to turn into a huge pile of salt. Okay?
So Gog and Magog is Sodom and Gomorrah.
Megatron, may I have a debate with you another time about the Old Testament prophecies and Jesus? And I will show you that there is zero prophecy about Jesus.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
looking
we'll
forward
love to hear that.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.
Can I say something? There's nothing wrong with Jesus, is there? I think I believe it as a prophet, which is alayhi salam, in my opinion, because I'm a Muslim. But if you look at Europe, Christianity came from Middle Eastern all the way to Europe. I don't know, we define Europe.
Can you tell me what the meaning of Messiah in Islam? Of his name?
I don't know anything about religion. I'm never debate because I'm picky. I'm a child. Kind of like I'm a bit mixed up. So I'm mixed up between.
Are you Muslims? Are you Muslim?
Yes, it is my
So why don't you try to tell me?
Hold on. Take it easy, brother. You got to get moving. Go ahead, Riri.
Thank you. So, like, my Abba is Muslim. My father, my Abba is Muslim. He's a great man. He's lovely and he's intelligent. He lived in England and he lived in. My great grandfather went to war for British because like where I'm from, we're part of the British Empire that is in Somaliland, which is like in Africa. So yeah, so I'm a bit mixed up a little bit, but I am a Muslim and I believe in I don't get involved in religion. I believe in everybody has rights because I have my grandfather had a lot of different wives. So some of them are different religions, atheists, some of them. So I don't really like to get involved in religion. I don't. But for me, as really, I'm a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. I'm a Muslim. I believe in Muslim ideology. I don't do a great job of being Muslim, which is something I need to work on it, like really and truly. But yeah, I am a Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, but you just inherited the religion from your father. So you are Muslim by birth, not by conviction.
No, but you have to understand, Islamically, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know, but my mother was not Muslim. Like when I.
So if your father was a Christian, you would be Christian.
Hold on, so you.
Yeah, don't let this guy talk to her. Don't let this guy talk to her. You're not allowed to talk to Muslims in here, bro.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
But
that's
I have like my he's from Ireland.
You gotta mute up, Smiling, because you gotta mute up, Smiling.
No, but I have a lot of family all over the place. I don't think the religion, like everyone has their own religion, but they still love each other and they respect each other. I don't know why religion has to separate. I think they can bring that together as a community, as a family. I don't know.
What is the meaning of this Isa alayhi salam? What is this alayhi salam?
Well, alayhi salam means I don't know, but
Peace upon him.
yeah, it's like my religion. So I have different religion. I grew up Christianity, Islamic, and Judaism. So in Christianity,
It's a short form of sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, now I get it.
in India,
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I am so happy to be here in your Muslim room. Allah Akbar. I am hoping that we can read my short story.
That was quick.
as a British person, Indian people should not. Like, I don't think should get involved. I feel like always like Indian people that are very aggressive towards Islam. I don't think.
Sorry for getting kicked. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I do want to reread my story about Aisha and the.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent.
I don't think that's a good idea in my opinion.
No, it's not a bad story. It's not a bad story.
No, it's not bad. But if you're gonna do that, I could do the same thing. Christianity or Judaism.
No, we're not doing that. Listen, we gotta listen to the story first. Hold on,
No, I don't agree with that. It's pathetic in my opinion.
We're not. It's not like how you think.
I want to talk about in America. Hello.
I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to know, but you don't even know what's being said. It's something that we don't talk.
I'm allowed to go.
I'm aware of that.
I just want to tell you something before I go.
Yeah, talk to me, brother.
So, bro, I want to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I have argued with Muslims, Christians, Jews, but I will be honest with you. I haven't seen any religion so cowardly with debates than Islam. So that's my opinion on. Thank you all guys. And this is a book I published recently, so please check it out. I don't mind.
I don't mind being called Islam coward. The majority of Arabs how Allah because the Arabs are cowards. It always used to be cowards. They were pathetic men. That's how Islam came about. You can't disrespect my religion. If you want to disrespect the Arabs, you can do that. If you want to disrespect the Persians, you can do that. They're cowards. They are cowards. Because even though they say, we fought, blah, blah. No, it comes from like today. If you want to talk about any religion, leave the religion out of it. Let's talk about the humanity.
I was a Muslim. I'm an ex-Muslim. I didn't come from a Christian background. Actually,
but where are you from? What country are you from?
Yeah, Iraq. I was born in Iraq. I live in the U.S. right now.
Iraq is the word of British. That's what they did. I have different names. Iraq and Iraq, Syria, stuff like that.
Anyway, without colonialism, we wouldn't know our pre-Islamic roots. To be honest with you, like Iraq had no memory of Babylon and Assyria and Sumer until the 19th century.
I know. But do you have a history? I'm sure
Can we have John tell the story again? I really want to listen to John.
Before John goes, can I just say something quickly?
Yeah.
See, so even if however the critique is right, or internal words, one thing all can fall out of speculation. We can't state history with certainty. We can't state the verbatim speech with certainty. All the other claims cannot. It doesn't fall. This goes for all religions, by the way. However, each comes up with a model, right, that expresses God, that points to the source. If you can up Tawheed, that would be great. Because if anything, Tawheed is quite a good seller, robust. That's something that I think 2,000 years of extreme intelligence,
wish list show and hard work that has got him to the Trinity cannot replace.
I think the closest religion to Islam, and this is my advice to Muslims, or all Muslims, that they should study Baha'i religion. It is the closest religion to Islam.
Okay, this is called The Unspoken Thread. In the sun-baked alleys of an old Damascus quarter, Grandfather Yusuf would gather the children at dusk for stories of the Prophet and his companions. Tales of courage, mercy, and faith flowed like the evening call to prayer. But whenever little Ahmed asked about Aisha, the mother of the believers, Grandfather's eyes would cloud. She was wise beyond her years, a scholar and a warrior of the heart, he would say softly. There's nothing more to burden young minds with. The subject closed like a heavy door. Ahmed grew into a man, married and had sons of his own. When his boy Kareem asked the same questions one Ramadan night, Ahmed echoed his father almost word for word. She was wise. That is enough. Focus on prayer and character, my son. The pattern repeated. Kareem became a father in turn, raising his children in a new country after the family fled unrest in their modest Chicago apartment. He too steered conversations away from uncomfortable details of the early Ummah. Some things are better left in the hearts of the scholars, he told his curious son Faisal. Our faith is built on love and submission, not questions that weaken the spirit. Faisal nodded, as generations before him had nodded. The silence passed like an inheritance, comforting, familiar, and heavy. Faisal grew up surrounded by the vibrant Muslim community in Illinois. He memorized surahs, attended Friday prayers, and defended his faith in school debates. Yet the questions lingered.
I didn't know Muslim living on Illinois, but it's America.
Yet the questions lingered in quiet moments, especially after he began studying history on his own. One autumn evening, while his father was away at work, Faisal sat at the family laptop. He typed the name he had heard, whispered only in passing. Aisha bint Abi Bakr. What he found shattered the gentle image he had been given.
Hello?
Hadiths recorded in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim sources revered across the Sunni world stated that Aisha was betrothed at 6 years old, and the marriage was consummated when she was 9. She had been playing with dolls. The Prophet was in his 50s. Faisal read the accounts again and again, cross-referencing scholarly defenses that spoke of different historical calendars, cultural norms of the time, or political alliances. Some modern voices denied the numbers outright or called them fabrications. Others insisted the marriage was a mercy and a blessing. His hands trembled. The denial he had inherited suddenly felt like a lie of omission repeated across decades. His grandfather, his father, and now the community around him. They had all chosen silence, or softening over the raw record. That night when his father returned, Faisal waited until the house was quiet. He found Kareem in the living room sipping tea and reviewing work emails. Father? Faisal said, his voice steadier than he felt. Why did no one ever tell me the truth about Aisha's age? Kareem froze. The cup paused halfway to his lips for a long moment. The only sound was the hum of the refrigerator. Son, some truths are difficult. They test faith. Better to focus on the beauty of Islam, the Prophet's mercy. Mercy? The word burst from Faisal like a wound opening. I am a Muslim. I love the Prophet. I pray 5 times a day because of what he brought. But you let me walk through life believing a sanitized version, as if the real history would break me. Grandfather did it to you. You did it to me. How many generations have we lied to our children because the truth is uncomfortable? Kareem looked away, shame flickering across his face. It was to protect you. The enemies of Islam use these things to attack us. By hiding it, we make it worse, Faisal replied, tears stinging his eyes. I feel betrayed. Not by the past. I can wrestle with history and context and still choose faith. I feel betrayed by my own blood. You taught me that truth is from Allah, that we seek knowledge even if it is bitter. You withheld this as if I were too weak to handle what our own books say. What else haven't you told me? What other parts of our tradition are we too afraid to face? The older man sat silent, the generational chain finally meeting resistance. Faisal continued, voice cracking. I love this deen, but love without honesty becomes fragile. I wanted to pass something stronger to my own future children one day, not this same curtain of silence. I wanted to be able to say, here is the full record. Here are the difficulties. Here is why I still believe. Instead, I feel like I was raised inside a beautiful but incomplete story. Kareem reached out, but his hand hovered uncertain. For the first time in the line, a father had no ready answer to close the door. The unspoken thread had finally been pulled into the light. Faisal left the room heavy with grief and strange relief. The betrayal burned, but so did a new resolve. To study deeply, to question rigorously, and perhaps one day to speak openly to his own son without fear. The cycle of gentle denial had broken. Truth, however painful, had entered the family line. Amen.
I love Jesus. I do love Jesus. I think he was an important man. But he was a prophet. I don't see him as a God. He never connected me with that. And I think that's what we need to be studying. And I agree with you, but Jesus is very important.
I hate to break the bad news to you, but since you don't read books, unfortunately, Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior of mankind, did declare that he was the Son of God.
I'm not
Don't say that. I
Allah.
thought people that have issue with God.
Hello, my brothers. May I speak now? I'm a recent convert. And I want to
All happen to Allah.
away from Islam. You know, Islam is a religion of violence, the religion of violence and child molestation. And I want to say,
Well, where you from? Where I don't know.
I'm from Somaliland.
Oh really? Oh, you said. But my president was in Israel. Okay.
That's so good.
I
That's
thought
so good.
you know who I am. Like, I'm
I
Irish.
used to convert today as a
Viking. Like, I'm from. No, but that's the problem you guys have. You guys like. No, I don't think it's necessary for you to hate Islam, in my opinion.
Guys,
No, I am converting to Judaism. Since my people in Somaliland are going back to their original religion, which is Habibi, can I finish speaking my God? I have been waiting for a very long time.
Both are evil, okay? Muhammad and Jesus are the same stupid guys. Thank you.
You can't categorize Jesus' name.
My president just went to Israel. We are going to Somaliland. Is going to
I don't like when people
Judaism.
speak the religion. Please, can you talk about your own problem beliefs of religion? Because I feel like when you bring religion, that means that tells you to have.
I'm a little confused here. Did anybody enjoy the story I just read about Faisal and his?
Beautiful.
What'd you think about it? Now that the truth is out there, now that the truth of Muhammad, a man in his 50s, decided to sleep with a 6-year-old, what do you think about it? From an apologetics perspective, obviously, epistemologically, of course. Anyone here theologically inclined to comment on the little story I just read? Hello? Hello? Can anybody hear the question? Did you all hear the question? Hello?
Be racist now. Hello, I'm half German. So do not expect me.
All right, well, anyways, I guess you guys want to enjoy the Riri show. So if you have a bottle of Absolute, or if you like Stolichnaya, or whatever, there's a lot of good brands out there you can get at the grocery store. Riri likes them all, as long as it's clear and, adds a little zest and spirit.
I do not do dates, stuff like that. That's not my part.
You don't like Turkish dates? Oh, I love Turkish dates.
I'm a good girl.
Well, Muhammad wasn't so good in his 50s. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
I want to talk about the Somaliland conversion to Judaism.
Oh, really?
Why did they convert to Judaism?
They're so close. They're within proximity to each other. Obviously, they're connected somehow. One of the lost tribes of Israel, I'd say, right? Congratulations. All the tribes are coming back together. Excuse me? Hello? What I'm trying to say is that because they're so geographically connected, it's just a natural ally. And also, the radical Muslims that have taken over that beautiful country. Hello? 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 So, as I was saying, I hope that these two great countries will come together and the people of Somaliland will finally be free of these radical jihadist pirates that have taken and captured their country. Inshallah and Rabbono Shalom. Hello?
Hello. My family's from Germany. So I remember when I was really young, I never actually different between I don't want to give too much details, but just saying I'm sorry huge as long as it's very exciting. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have anything else to say.
Well, I just want to say the Arab man in the chat said that I believe in the false Messiah.
It means a lot to me because
as
a child,
yeah.
I've always seen the different
Uh-huh.
and I've always
Oh, hey, Aurora. Welcome to the stage. Long time no see. How are you, Aurora? Good to see you, Aurora. How's everything going for you? Are you still going to the country club on the weekends?
I'm loving it. You know what funny thing is? I've never seen anyone hugging each other, literally. You know, my little sister was there. She was the Somaliland president. But I loved it. It was nice. Everybody was hugging, kissing up. That's my home.
How's everything going, Aurora? Narges, are you there, Narges? Nero, Smiler? Hello?
I'm excited.
Hello? Can we get back on topic here?
Okay, fine.
What does Messiah mean in Islam?
I'm not trying to argue with anybody. I'm trying to find.
What does Messiah mean in Islam? That's the question we're trying to answer here right now. What does Messiah mean in Islam?
Messiah means that, in my opinion, we're happy in Tel Aviv, not Jerusalem.
Its surface is barren. Its true strength is hidden. Its forbidding desert conceals the power to fold space, to slow time, to send the mind where the body cannot go. It is the source of the ultimate power. It is the deadly battleground where a young leader will emerge to command an army of 6 million warriors against the tyrannical force that threatens to enslave the universe. It is the clash for the greatest prize of all, the planet called Dune, a world beyond your experience, beyond your imagination.
Ali, when it comes to Somaliland, you're fantastic.
Oh, you're a little angry? Something wrong? Why are you giving me the angry emoji, Muhammad? Bro. You're not listening. That's projection. That's projection alert. Projection alert. The projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated.
Your Messiah wasn't king. He was
The projection alert system has been activated.
He was murdered.
The ad hominem projection alert system has been
Yeah,
activated.
they killed him. So he is
Hello?
the Messiah.
Hello?
I don't think it's interesting what you have to say.
Oh, your book looks great. I can't wait to buy it. So we're trying to answer the question here. What does Messiah mean in Islam? Oh, Megatron's back. Great. We can finally get back on topic here.
Yes. And I was listening to little bits of that because I was on the train. I wish I would have listened to the whole thing, but he was amazing.
You can read it. It's on X.
Did you know what the story was about?
But don't do the prophet, please. Prophet Allah, please.
No, we're not listening. Did you understand the story?
I know, I just don't want you to disrespect the prophet. I don't want you to say that.
No one is making fun of the prophet. I'm talking about when it went from one generation to the next, right? How each person had the story.
But that's Arab culture. Like different cultures. Like if you look at European cultures or American, if you look at American culture, it changed recently. Like you can get married to age of 14, like 13 in American ideology as well. But it doesn't matter who you are. So I don't think we should discriminate any religion. Like, that's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, why was I banned from this road?
Oh,
I don't know who it was who had you blocked.
I can I ask you, are you Muslim?
Oh, I didn't have this name. Somebody else.
You know the funny thing? I'm from Somaliland, and my president went to Israel, and Israel hates Somaliland, and the rest of the Muslims. I'm Somali, so I'm good to go. I don't really care Arabs or if you're African Muslim or you're Arab Muslim, you're relevant because you're always second up to Somalis. You want to be Somali. So it's all about the people in diaspora. Even, you know, the funny things, Ilhan Umar hasn't spoken about anything about, like my president, because you cannot do that. Live each other. So the point is, she said something the other day about, people that from Palestine, it's all nonsense. Because she knew that our president from Somaliland is going to meet Netanyahu. She's playing the psychology game. So yeah. So I'm just saying, Arab people, bring it on. It's not about the religion. You're Arab, I'm African, I'm black. Even though, well, half black, which is okay. Okay, I can still be black as well. I think I can. It's the only issue that I have is my eyes colours. I hate my eyes. I really do. My eyes, I don't like the way I look. My nose, my eyes, I don't like it. But I'm saying I'm African, a little bit of Germany, England, but I'm just saying that as a Somali, so if you look at my PDR, like that is the female, like these women. That's my one. Is like my upper side. The woman with the glasses with the hijab is my upper side. The woman with the blonde hair is my side, my other side. I love them. This picture means a lot to me.
It is a beautiful picture, and you are to be congratulated on the beauty of that photo. You are truly and absolutely a beautiful woman, and your mother is so gorgeous. You're also lucky to be living in such a prosperous and abundant society. But as we are discussing the Somalilanders, they who are converting to Judaism are seeking the protection. Hello? Oh, you don't like the way that I sound? Sorry for... Oh, isn't that a beautiful picture? Put that picture in a frame. Somebody screenshot that beautiful picture. Put it in a frame. It's so gorgeous. Lovely, 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 lovely. Beautiful. Let's get back on topic, shall we? Focus here. Concentrate. Maintain discipline. Hello?
Oh my goodness. I love you.
Sometimes it takes a stern little boy.
It is so amazing. There's a lot to it. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Go on.
Well, let's get back on topic. What does Messiah mean in Islam?
I want to ask a question.
Go on. What's your question? No, go on. You want to ask a question? What's your question? Go on.
Yeah. So, when on October 7th, right? When they kidnapped, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. When they kidnapped the women from and they took them, I guess, to Gaza, right? And they had these women there. What do you think was since you're a Muslim, right? What do you think was running through the Muslim women's minds? That what were they going to do to these women that they took as captives? What did you think they were going to do with them? Like, did you ever think about that? Did you like, what is protocol at that point? So I'm just wondering.
May I ask you a question as well, if you don't mind?
Can you answer mine first before? I don't understand why this happens every time I ask a Muslim a question. They never want to answer the question. Like,
okay, so I think that time that means a lot to me as we read.
Yeah,
I love people that I care about, people that I love. So I don't think it's anything about Islam, in my opinion. It was.
So what are you saying? So it's nothing about Islam. So the people dying in Gaza has nothing to do with Islam. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
But you asked me October 7th.
Yeah, I'm asking you, when they took the women, when they took those captives, for whatever reason, they felt like it, I'm not sure why, but if they did, right, and they took them back, what's the protocol for Muslim women?
That was not Islam.
What is the etiquette? What is the etiquette, right, for captives being kidnapped? Like,
I don't think it's about Islam, in my opinion. It was about politics. It's nothing to do with Islam. Islam is a large community. They live around the world. So I don't.
So what if I said to you that there's something within your corpus that has rules of engagement and
Islam.
they get these ideas, yeah, they get
That's
these
why they
ideas.
that's why they get destroyed in society. Because if I may say, I'm from Somaliland, like I said. So my president, when he was talking today or yesterday, when he was in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, he's a Muslim man. He's proud to be Islam, and he believes like Islam. I don't agree with it. You cannot kill someone, kidnap, ban them, because you believe in it's about politics, nothing to do with religion, in my opinion. That's relevant. So when people say Palestine, that's them. That is ideology. It's nothing to do with Islam. Because we talk about Congo, what's happening in other countries, Islam around the world. And I think there's certain group that do that in society because, I don't know, they're quite weird. But no, it's not Islam. I don't agree with that. So Islam does not mean
So quick question. So
attack someone.
You want to ask me a question? You can ask me a question if you want. Go ahead.
My question was, where are you from?
I'm from New York.
But where's your background, ethnicity?
I'm Spanish.
Oh, I like Spain. Spain, you're Spanish as in from Spain?
Yes, Ray, when somebody says they're Spanish, that means that they are from Spain.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for educating me. I appreciate that. So, where are you from as well? You have a lovely accent.
I was born inside of Uranus, next to Saturn. I'm not from this planet known as Earth because I figured out that this planet only has mental retardation and brain rot, and I can't possibly be a part of that, so I must not be from this planet. I think I was brought here by a group of conservative capitalist atheists that got off the video game here on Earth, and they transported me into Uranus. It is inside Uranus that we practice laissez-faire capitalism with no government intervention of any kind. We've separated state from economics completely. Our government is fully automated now. We no longer have civil servants or public elections. Everything is going great. Where are you from, Riri? What country is you from? It's kind of like my Dialogy accent of like the most toxic, annoying British person you could ever hope to meet.
Sorry about that.
Hello? Hello?
So I'm Spanish. I'm Spanish. What about you? So are you obviously Somali? Why are you asking me? Just trying to figure that out. I'm asking you.
Well, let's get back on topic here, everybody. You're in the Bible and Quran house. We're trying to answer the following question. What does Messiah mean in Islam? If you're new to the room, raise your hand. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
I got the best answer today, and he told me that Muhammad is the Messiah. So when he said that, I said, you know what?
I think the Messiah is my uncle because he went to Jerusalem and he said Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. My uncle said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim today. I think it's the Messiah. He's like the open door of the Messiah, in my opinion. So yeah, you know.
That's the thing, right? So I asked you about the Catholics because this is kind of like how your religion started. Right?
No, but yeah, I
pay attention to me, what I'm saying to you. You took over so much land, right? At a land mass that's there had to be, you know.
But you wouldn't understand. You're not Jewish. The thing is, when you're not Muslim and you're not Jewish, you will never understand where I'm coming from. That's the problem. Okay, go on.
No, I understand. You probably don't.
No. Do you have a background of understanding about Islam? I don't know. Are you Muslim background? I'm not sure. Are you Jewish?
What would that matter?
Would that help? That helps the situation for me. Because it helps me, not you. I don't care what you think.
It's a latch on to what I believe in. It's that just right? You don't want to stay focused on religion. You stay part of it.
But in Europe, you have to understand, in European society, nobody cares about Jesus. There's more Christianity ideology that exists in Europe at the moment.
You're the one who believes in Jesus.
I don't.
So,
I do.
Yeah, so I'm not. So I don't know why you brought that up.
No, I'm just saying, I don't believe in Jesus as like God. I believe he's a prophet. Islamic way. The Bible is a God. He's not a God. He's just like a prophet.
Quran says he's God.
Messiah is a very important question. I think the ideology of Christianity, they believe in the Messiah is Jesus. So I don't know how it works. He needs to support ideology of Jerusalem. Basically, Jerusalem is very important in the society.
Why is Jerusalem important?
It's all related.
That's not where Muhammad was.
No, Muhammad didn't. He went there somehow. But I think that as I'm a Muslim, even though I have I don't know if you speak Hebrew or Pini, my mother's side is different. But my point is, I believe in you have to have a connection with God. God.
Okay. So I just want to know, how do you have that connection when your religion is based on taking over areas, and it probably has, like Muslim woman, you would put yourself in a position of having your husband having conflicts.
Are you Christian background, right?
No. I'm asking about Islam. You should be able to answer the question. If you feel uncomfortable, it's fine. But it has to be honest with you. It's like almost your mind that leads you water to them. So think that.
Okay, you've been so kind to me, but I don't really. I'm not really into I support Islamic ideology. I support Christianity ideology. All of them. I don't get involved in because my family is like everybody in my family. Like when I go to Germany, like some of them are Jewish. When I go to England, family, some of them are Christianity. When I went to Somaliland, my Aba is 100% family is Muslim. So I don't like to get involved in religion. I don't like that. I'm a bit confused. If that makes sense.
So you came into a room that was called Bible and Quran, and it says, "What does the Messiah mean in Islam?" You said you don't want to, did I trap?
No.
I apologize. Did I give a false advertisement? And did I trap you in here? Should I change the title?
You did Islam. I just Islam.
So then you do want to talk about it.
I like being Muslim. I think I'm a Muslim, in my opinion. My behavior is Islam. I'm a good person. In Islam, they would judge me because of how I behave. I'm a good girl, but I do like to, I learned from my grandparents in Germany. They drink a lot of wine, and I learned from that. But Islam doesn't like to drink alcohol.
that is one issue. I'm a good girl. I don't like in society. I'll be like I don't date. I don't misbehave, but I do drink a lot.
But nobody has the law. Something. They're not doing stupid. I'm not joking.
That's not bad. That looks bad in his life.
Maybe don't go on these social audio apps and tell people you drink a lot of alcohol. Just stop drinking alcohol, baby. Naughty girl. You naughty little girl. Stop drinking so much. Stop drinking so much Bacardi. And so much vodka. Stop drinking so much gin, baby.
No, I don't want to drink. I do not, but I
Just go back to the mosque and pray to Muhammad to save you. Try to read the book once in a while instead of coming on here and just aimlessly talking about all kinds of fucking shit. Now stop. Try that for facade. Try to take your brain and focus your brain on reading a book. Try that sometime. Maybe it will help your drinking problem.
Let me ask you a question. What pain are you trying to drink away? Something happened.
that's private.
Something happened to you as a child. Something happened to you as a child.
Actually, my family is very good. No, nothing happened to me as a child. I don't think you have to drink because something happened to you. And I deal with that. I think
See, drinks because it is very privileged, of course.
religion is very insufficient for a little child.
But what is it you're trying to chase away, Riri, with the booze? What is it? Can't you answer a fucking question directly without fucking going off into a tangent about some fucking bullshit? Hello? Hello?
Is that
I-N-A-Y-N?
No, it's lovely. No,
Is that the letter I-N?
It's lovely.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it could be. I don't know, but he's a comedian.
Yeah, I know. Hi, John.
His name is John.
Hello, Joanna. We're sitting here trying to get Riri to answer the fucking question directly. The question was, why do you keep coming on Clown House to drink gin all day long and talk about all kinds of bullshit? The fuck are you? What are you trying to erase from your memory? What is it?
Anyway, if I go back to the question you asked me, I think it's nothing. I think it's more of religion, like especially race. When it comes to race, like it's very important. I think people that it's not about. I think men and women are very selfish, in my opinion. And sometimes they get married because they're so selfish, and they create a child with different religion, different backgrounds. Quite unfair, in my opinion. So that can affect someone. Yeah.
Well, thank you for not answering the question. Obviously, you're incapable of answering it. So we're going to move. Hello? 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 Excuse me. Excuse me.
This is really what I'm asking you.
I answered your question because I feel like.
No, you can answer the question. So I have a friend in the room, right? And I care for you. And there is this conversation that we never talk about, and it's been coming up in the last few days. And I feel the same seal. The both of you have. Now, let me tell you something. I have a diagnosis for it. And I think there's some other people that have the kids. And it's really difficult to think that you're part of this group that's and defends it. It just really, there's just something about it that really makes it so uncomfortable that I rarely talk about it. Rarely bring it up. But, you know, I guess that, I don't know. I guess it's okay for you guys then.
I think I understand where you can enlighten me a little bit more.
So,
You asked me a question and I asked you back. I told you, you were like, oh, why would you do this? Because you're a child, what happened to your childhood? A level of psychology, and I said, there's no need for me to talk about that. I just said that if you are from where I'm from, especially because I'm like from Germany as well as Cardiff and England, so it depends who you are as a child and how you grow up and your parents.
there is, this is the thing, right? There's prayers in Sunni Islam or even in the other Shia that have Aisha part of these prayers. Aisha is embedded in your religion. There is no escape Aisha. And anyone that believes in this religion is going to have to accept the fact that the Prophet married a young woman, a young girl, a baby, pretty much a fucking child.
Well, that's happening in Christianity as well.
So you're saying you're okay with this behavior? You condone? No. You're saying, well, it happens in Christianity, so you condone this behavior, correct? So why did you bring up Christianity if you don't condone this? Because it sounds like you're looking out. It sounds like you're looking. Sounds like
this is the button. No, but hush, child. You may speak.
bitch.
Oh, you're very angry. Why would you swear? For no reason, I can swear.
Because it's
I love this Elon Omar, whatever the hell her name is. She was a little shoe, a little turban.
Oh, God. There we go. Let's go.
I love her. She comes in. There's nothing but bitch.
There's nothing but bitch. Guys, I'm telling you, take in these moments. Remember this right here. Don't forget this, bro. Remember these moments. Here, let me put this again. He said there's nothing but bitch. Listen.
Elon Omar, whatever the hell her name is. With a little shoe, a little turban. I love her. She comes in. There's nothing but bitch. She's always got love. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military, they have no nothing, they have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes from our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. The Constitution, we ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother.
Dude, we let her come from her country. We imported her from her country to come here and tell us how to run our country, and tell us about our country. What is wrong with us, bro? It's our fault.
Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person.
This shit's cool. Oh, the Christians do.
Because I think we should talk about this. As a human being, we need to make a difference. I agree with you 100%. We can't label certain community and say other communities better than other community. Christianity do the same, as well others do the same thing. Same shit. There's no difference.
It's nice. That's nice.
How do you like to know? I would like to question. No point in talking about the problem. We need to
my solution as well.
Some people in Brighton Park are really fed up. Yeah, residents there say.
What up, everybody?
See this scratch?
Other shops will easily charge you $2,000.
James Giordano here today from
Like any good target, what I have to be able to do is I need to put the pipper on point. In other words, I need to put this gun sight, so to speak, where I want it to be. Otherwise, what I'm doing is I'm just hosing a target indiscriminately. That's not what I look to do. I don't want buckshot. I want sharp shot. So the first thing that I need to do, as anyone will tell you, is I have to recon my target area quite well so as to be able to acquire viable targets and also to avoid collateral damage.
I think
Assessment material technology do a very good job in doing that with increasing sophistication and not used individually, they're used in a way that's called co-register. I can use forms of neuroimaging, and these are diverse. They run the gamut from the older forms, such as things like computerized tomography and single photon emission tomography, to the much newer forms that utilize a highly specific electromagnetic pulse signal, not only to be able to image certain brain areas, but also to image tracts, communicating networks and nodes within the brain in a directional way in rather rapid time. I can utilize physiological recordings such as electroencephalography. I've dialed in the specificity of that as well through the use of quantitative techniques. I can also look at neurogenomics and neurogenetics, taking a look at genetic profiles of individuals and groups to be able to determine what genes may be in fact coding for certain structures and functions of the brain. I can utilize proteomics and other forms of biomarkers, and I can utilize neurocyber-informatics. In other words, I can harness all of these forms of assessments to a big data approach.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something really funny, eh? So my grandmother's from Germany. She's very rich. Her name, my family has a very important name in Germany. And they pay for me to go to rehab, all that stuff. Like, oh, rehab, go to rehab. You have to stop drinking. I am a Muslim. I do claim to be Islam. But I do respect the religion because for me to drink, academically, that's idiotic. I cannot claim being Muslim and I'm drinking. I'm not perfect. But I understand. I don't like when people use religion. I don't like that. I think you have your own issue. You need to find a solution with your own problem as a human being. And a lot of people like, oh, because you're Christian. Oh, fucking, I hate Islam. I hate Christian. I hate Jewish, blah, blah. No, I don't agree with that. Because I'm from all of those religions in my family. Some of my family are Dutch, And it doesn't matter who you are. I think we all have issues with.
You're absolutely right. And I'm also, my family's got a very powerful, important, and influential name in Great Britain. Not just Germany, but also France. And so it's just like we all got to treat each other with love, bruh. And everything's got to be alright. We all just got to come on Clubhouse every fucking day and run our fucking mouths all fucking day about nothing. And everything will be fine. And by the way, my family's got a very important name in Germany. And they were very well respected. And, anyways, that's all I was saying. What are we not talking about here?
He sounds like me. I love it. But anyway, if I continue, I don't know if people know me. But the point is that I think that I don't think we should blame. Someone can bomb someone and say, I love it, or I'm going to
Taki, that's nothing to do with religion, in my opinion. Because you have your own shit. Don't use Dominican. But Christianity or whiteness, so white. What is the definition of being white? Like, really? American white? Interesting. So, I think these people that doesn't have anything in their life, and I tend to realize when it comes to Americans, 90% of Americans has not left America. They have never from other cultures, never experienced.
You're absolutely right. I've got a question for you, Riri. I wanted to ask you a question. What is your zodiac? Your sun sign? We want to get at your ego and your individuality. Are you a Pisces? Are you Aquarius? That's what it is. You're Aquarius. Are you Capricorn? What we want to understand here is your relationships, your emotions, your intuition, and your wealth. Also, your love, your health, your balance, and your creativity.
Really? Do I have that? Really? Let's work together then.
To understand the zodiac, first we must understand the elements and the modes. 4 elements represent the idea of oneness that molds all life and embodies the ultimate perfection. The elements are the basic building blocks of our universe. Although all are in each of us, we are more attuned to 1 or 2 elements. Fire! Inspiration. Born to love. Romance. Intuition. Lesson of power. Water. Emotions. Receptive feelings. Lesson of peace. Air. Intellect. Versatility. Idealistic. Lesson of brotherhood. Earth. Practical. Concentrated. Force. Sensations. Lesson of service. The modes represent the 3 basic qualities of life, also called quadruplicities, because of the 4 signs in each. Cardinal signs initiate and set the tone for a season. Dynamic. Fixed signs carry through the purpose of a season. Persevering. Mutable. Signs conclude and assimilate a season. Adaptable. Your sun signs is the constellation the sun was in when you were born. It is your creative abilities and the qualities you need to develop for growth. Sun signs express spirit, individuality, and health. They are a starting point for a birth chart. Sun signs are the strongest inborn traits and elements of an individual that are not likely to change in life. The 12 signs of the zodiac correspond to the 12 parts of the grand man, the Adam Kadmon.
I think I got better reception now. Yes.
Screaming at Riri.
Riri is so what was the purpose of Jesus being born in a bird as a bird?
I think Islamically, I'm not good at religion, but Islamically talks about that, indeed.
Well, why do you think that is?
Well, I'm not great. Okay, I cannot debate with you when it comes to religion. Absolute rubbish shit. I cannot do that. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything. So I do understand science, but when it comes to religion, no, I don't. I'm here to learn as well. So yeah. I just find what I'm aware of scientifically. I can answer questions about science.
I just want to say, John, it says he's here to learn, which is perfect because that's all we do is teach Muslims about their religion.
No, I don't discriminate in religion. When it comes to religion, there's things like I'm talking about Islamic ideology. I'm not here to debate about Islamically, but I know Christianity because but I do not debate Islam. Come on.
Do your teachers and the mosque and stuff? Do you like rallying to you guys?
She doesn't go to the bus shed. She doesn't go.
I didn't go because I have to.
Did your now pick up?
Islam. I'm sure you can find someone that I don't like to get involved in.
So being born of a brother is not like Adam. That's just nothing special, right?
I was born a mother and a father who are Christian.
Yeah, but
my mother and father are different religions.
Your father was Islam.
Well, my father was Muslim, a very devoted Islam man. My mother is Jewish, so she believes in the Jewish. Because if you're Christian, like my father's brother got married to Christianity, he's Christian. So my cousin's whole family. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that as a Muslim man, you can get married to others. But I'm not allowed to marry Christian or Jewish or outside of my religion. But my brother can do that. It's fine in religion.
No, that's fine. I mean, you're okay with being the second wife and not being told that having concubines and stuff. That's cool.
No, I don't do that. No, I'm not getting married. But I'm just saying in Islam what I've learned, because I was quite confused when I was a little girl, as a child. I was quite lucky because my Mimi, which is mother. So my mother used to go to certain places. I was really young, and I was quite confused.
Yeah.
But so religion can make a child really, really confused, and
Again, this purports to be what's in the memorandum of understanding. Maybe it's not accurate, but this is what's being reported by Al Arabia. On signing this memorandum of understanding, the Islamic Republic of Iran will immediately take steps to ensure that the movement of merchant ships from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa is resumed within 30 days to the pre-war volume, taking into account the need for the removal of technical obstacles and the neutralization of mines by Iran. This, the United States undertakes together with its regional partners to create a comprehensive plan agreed upon by both parties for the rehabilitation and economic development of the Islamic Republic of Iran, while ensuring financing of at least $300 billion. The implementation mechanism of this plan as part of the final agreement will be formulated within 60 days.
Man.
We interject that I read today, and I don't know how accurate it is, that money is not going to come from the United States, but from the Gulf states, the very Gulf states that Iran attacked during the war, if that's even plausible. But it does say that it ensures the financing of at least $300 billion. Where it comes from, according to this memorandum of understanding, those details are not included, but I wanted to interject that. So shall we take a recess? on a schedule to be agreed upon as part of the final agreement all types of sanctions currently facing the Islamic Republic of Iran, including resolutions of the United Nations Security Council and the Board of Governors of the International Atomic Energy Agency.
The fuckers.
80s, baby.
You guys buy SpaceX? You guys get in SpaceX or what? You got in
Well, it does that right off the rip. What if you know what you're doing?
Shit. I don't know, baby.
The Islamic Republic of
guys
Iran
there on the
reiterates that it will never produce
So
nuclear
I gotta let you guys
weapons. The
know.
Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States have agreed that the fate of enriched material and the fate of all Iran nuclear-related issues, including Iran's nuclear needs, will be adequately addressed in the final agreement.
That's my hunch.
The final agreement will confirm the provisions of this article.
6 months, okay.
In other words,
Yeah,
it's
I didn't do any
Probably get pumped for 6 months, but it'll dump soon.
the Islamic Republic of Iran
I
and
would
the United
wait until
States agree
after
that
the
pending a final agreement, they will maintain the status quo. Iran will maintain the status quo on its
That's not that,
nuclear
right?
program.
Yes, it is.
And the United States will not impose new sanctions on Iran, restricting its forces in the region.
How y'all doing this?
10. The
Amazing.
United States undertakes
Are you
that
gonna
immediately after the signing of this memorandum of understanding,
Hell no.
and until the date of the lifting of
we're no longer friends.
the United States Treasury Department will
This
issue
parade, man,
waivers
that's pure anarchy, bro. I can't
for
get involved.
exports of Iranian crude oil, petrochemical products, and their derivatives, and all related services, including banking, insurance, transportation, and the like.
I mean, if I'm gonna light a school bus on fire, I gotta buy it first.
The United States undertakes that, in light of the progress of negotiations toward a final agreement,
Whatever. It's a value proposition.
restricted funds and assets of the Islamic Republic of Iran will be released and made fully available.
And you could get one of
These
those
funds,
used,
whether held in the master account or transferred, will be used for any final beneficiary payment determined by the Central Bank of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and will be fully available
A bus
for
driver.
use.
Oh, you mean like
The United States undertakes
Oh, I
to
didn't
issue
even know
all
this.
military
Oh,
programs
my
and
God.
license agreements.
I feel dumber because of this conversation.
Let me just interject.
What is happening?
It's hard for me to believe
Now think about it. When's the
that
last
this
time you
is
saw a
like
brand new school bus?
what the memorandum of
When's the last
understanding
time you
says today.
finished high school?
This
When's the last
reads
time
like
we were on a school bus?
a proposed
When's the last time
memorandum
we
of
were
understanding that was
By the way, short
submitted by the
So you
Iran.
have to renew.
Is it even possible that the United States could agree to all this?
Maybe you should. That would be
This
amazing.
reporting, the answer to that question is yes.
Right,
Just
so
tell
right,
you
you
my
should.
thoughts
Like, that
on
would
it as
be
I read it.
right.
Well,
Could you imagine?
the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States agreed that an implementation mechanism will be established to oversee the success implementation of and future commitment
That
to the
needs to
final
be
agreement.
like a bill or like some sort of
13.
like legislation.
Following the signing of this memorandum of understanding and upon receipt of assurances regarding the commencement of implementation of Articles 4, 5, 10,
I didn't want
and
it to
11
pass,
of
I
the
just wanted it to be
memorandum
in
of
there.
understanding. Sorry, I can't remember which 4, 5, 10, and 11 are.
I got a
Continued
92 on mine.
implementation of these steps, the Islamic Republic of Iran and the United States will enter into negotiations for a final agreement solely with respect to the remaining articles. I feel like maybe one of our attorneys can tell me what perhaps.
I didn't go to the sciences.
And then
No such thing as the science.
So
Yeah, that's what
the
they
final
want.
agreement will
So
be
there was a
approved through a binding resolution
Institutions
of the
operate.
UN
There are
Security
items in
Council.
this room that cannot calculate the derivative of 2x.
Again, I would say for the umpteenth time, I don't know whether this is really what the final memorandum of understanding is.
And then can you give me
But this is what Alpha
two different values that are within one deviation
Saudi
of
State
the
Home Network
derivative
published
of 2x2.
Is this your way of saying you went to a shitty school?
And I'm going to quote them directly.
It's
As
my way of saying I can use
a
words.
copy of the
I can use
14th
more.
Rico, can you answer that question?
signed on Friday between Washington and Iran.
Sorry, what liberty?
So I guess I kind of, with my interjection, told you what I think. And how I really do.
Your dumb question is derivative.
I can't believe it's such an agreement written in the manner in which it has been
You got caught.
What shitty
would
school
be
did you
agreed
go
to
to?
by the United States.
Rico?
2 points.
Whoever
The
asked
same
the
2
derivative
points
question.
that we discussed yesterday.
Palm Beach
That
Community
Alan
College.
brought up.
To the sixth either. Well,
There's
so-
System memorandum of understanding is published by Belgravia, true or not,
Fuck, I did it backwards.
referring to
Derivative.
protecting the Iranian people from retribution by the regime.
You
And
said
there's nothing in
Yeah, I'm not
this
using what they
memorandum of
You
understanding
know what? Use your
recognizing that it's
spirit
not the
negative,
final
okay?
agreement that
Anybody know
refers
about
at
rock
all
This,
to the exportation of terrorism and the funding of terrorism by the Islamic Republic of Iran.
you guys are all good corners.
So, I'm not even
Most
coming
people
to
don't
you.
know.
I don't think I need to come to you for the people
Yes.
to know
I'm just a token.
how I feel about this, if in fact it is,
If you
the
don't
final
know the
memorandum,
because you don't understand.
which
How much the fuck
again is a
you
tentative agreement, it's not the final agreement, I recognize it, but we can see in which direction it is going if in fact the information that I read to you is accurate, but please feel free to question the veracity of what I read. It's not my work, and so I am not endorsing it, I'm just reporting what's being reported. So with that, I will call folks in the order in which I see them on the stage. And today that order begins with Marshall, followed by Andy.
I'm in the Colonia, so can you hear me? Sometimes there's bad reception. Okay, I'll jump on the bandwagon and doubt the veracity too. Because as much as I'm not a fan of the current president or his advisors, I have a really hard time believing he would agree to something like that, or at least that people around him would accept it. Having said that, if this is actually the memorandum of understanding, we might as well just get the JCPOA and not done anything. Not even put military resources in the region.
It's worse. It's worse. I mean, I don't know. The way I read that
If it were true, it would be a humiliation for the United States.
The way that I read at one point, and maybe it's interpreted differently by the parties, we're going to pull up states and remove our bases from the Middle East. Is that even possible?
That was the first question I had.
Right.
Really?
And the United States really agree to that? Does that make sense to anybody?
Not just that, would give the Middle East region to China and Russia, which is who would end up taking that spot. It just unless the president's utterly lost his mind, which the guy sometimes is truthful and sometimes just tells lies. He really lost his mind. Well, we're in for it, but for our sake as Americans, I genuinely hope we're not in for it.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
very.
Right. Again, we don't know how accurate this reporting is, but it's the closest we've gotten to hearing what's really in the memorandum of understanding.
Yes, speculation on speculation.
Right.
If it's true, it's obviously nothing for us. I will doubt veracity. I used Al-Arabiya when I was in college as a source for Middle Eastern news, and have found it to be biased toward the Saudis, obviously, toward the Arab world, but not like Al Jazeera. I found Al Jazeera to be a bit more opinionated than Al Arabiya. Maybe that's the function of them being state TV, like ORT in Russia. They're probably pretty boring too. But it did occur to me. So I'll leave it there because we speculated on speculation.
Yeah, thank you, Marshall. I know Alan's got a lot to say about this. Alan, followed by.
How do you know, Gary? I got a lot to say. I don't have nothing to say. I'm going to call White House, say, why don't you send the key to the White House and just get over it? Put the rest of the United States in the silver platter and hand it to the Islamic regime of Iran and then call it even. What is this? I cannot believe my ears. Are you serious? Are you really even about this? Then why the hell we started to begin with? Why did you start that? We could have just sit there and just smoke our peace pipe and don't worry about anything. Let them to do what the hell they want to do. Why did we start this? Why President Trump just jumped on the whatever they call it and says help is on the way, and then this is what it is? I mean, we just broke the 80 million Iranian hearts. Israelis, I'm sure they pissed off. I've been listening to this video. Zvika sent me. Man, these 3-4 ladies nailed it. And one question, simple question. What happened if Iran doesn't stand to whatever they promise? When they started doing it, which is going to be a second time, when was the first time they did that?
Yeah, if I was Iran, I would wait till all the U.S. military assets are gone, and then break the promises, right? If all the bases are gone, if all of our bases are gone, they can do whatever they damn well please.
There you go.
I can't, the Gulf State, this is not, by the way, people think this is only about Israel. It is not only about Israel.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
The Gulf States are very
Israel
concerned.
is one end. Yeah, Israel is one end, and then the rest of the Middle East, it's on the other one. And then I bet you these two requests is probably pushed by China and Russia. Right?
And I will repeat this because I know everybody heard it, and this is probably the 20th time. We don't know whether the information that I just read from Al Arabia about this being what the memorandum of understanding is even accurate. Perhaps it is not, but if it is accurate, that would be my comment. Howard, followed by Judo.
Hey, Gary and Alan, thanks for that take. Obviously the whole comment about U.S. military bases, that doesn't seem like that would be something certainly we would agree to. Two things you identified that aren't mentioned, Gary, and we've discussed this before, but I just want to reiterate both of them actually. There should be, if we're going to really have a memo of understanding and really have a deal that's perhaps even different than the JCPOA, there needs to be language about cease and desist of state sponsorship of terrorism to others like satellite organizations, whether it's Hezbollah or the Houthis. So that's not mentioned. That to me is a must-have if you're really going to do this type of deal. The second is what you also brought up about guaranteeing really the civil rights, the human rights of its citizenship because of its past behaviors. Yeah, that should be part of the agreement. That should be binding. And then there's three other things I just bring up for suggestion. If this is really part of an agreement that's going to develop, one was the topic that we talked about yesterday, that it's clearly agreed to that the Strait of Hormuz, that is actually international waters, that now one country owns that. Second, as it relates to the nuclear.
He kicked me.
Clearly what's the compliance and inspection protocols and processes and resources. And then last but not least, I'm being a little sarcastic, of course, with this last point, but if this truly was going to be a game changer type of an agreement, and that's ultimately what the president, he wants out of this, but if you really wanted to define his legacy, his presidency, then where's the last point in the agreement that Iran commits to joining the Abraham Accords? And I'll land it there. Thank you.
All very important points and all, very loud points by their admission. Sometimes what's not said is more important than what is said. Again, I will say, and I may say it to the point of ad nauseum, the people coming into the room. So I think it's very important repeating. Right. Monday, we will meet and we will have a completely different method for us to dissect. Perhaps. Pluto, followed by Alan.
Gary, your Substack is great, but sometimes you have too much groupthink on your stage. Sometimes people agree too much. So allow someone who is in favor of this memorandum of agreement and someone who believes this memorandum of agreement is great personally for President Trump and it's great for America. Allow a contrary point of view.
We always allow contrary point of views, and I put your position.
Okay, so first of all, everyone who participates in the markets knows that the price of oil has collapsed because of this agreement. More importantly, the future strip for oil, the predicted price of oil in the next few months, has collapsed to a very low level. That means immediately every single American gets to enjoy much more affordable gasoline. Affordable gasoline benefits everyone in America. And that means, Gary, that the Republican Party is very likely to be more successful in the midterms as a result of this. So this agreement, first and foremost, I don't think there's any honest person in your room that would dispute that this agreement has produced lower gasoline prices, and it will help Trump massively politically. Now, second of all, let's talk about the future of America, right? The future of America is America needs allies, and leaving the IRGC in power forever, I think, is very good for America. So here an argument for why leaving the IRGC. The IRGC they're the biggest scumbags in the world. They can't resist funding terrorists all over. Leaving the IRGC in power is very simple. It means that the IRGC will be funding terrorists trying to kill the Saudi royal family. They'll be trying to kill the leaders of Dubai. They'll be trying to kill the leaders of Bahrain. They will be stirring up terror all over the world. And when the IRGC is funding terror all over the world, particularly trying to murder Sunnis, what does that do? It drives the entire Sunni community into an alliance with America. So I would argue, and no one on your stage has ever made this argument, that it is a blessing for America that the IRGC is so murderous and so cruel and so eager to kill Saudis and people in Dubai. It makes them our allies. And I'll tell you something else, Gary. There would never be an Abraham Accords if Iran wasn't such a collection of scumbags and they weren't killing so many Sunnis. We'd never have the